Have you ever sat down to do something really important, right? Something that matters to you. You open your laptop, you stare at the screen, and nothing. You just feel completely blank. Like your brain is there, but it's not really with you, if that makes any sense. You're not distracted. You're not avoiding work. You actually want to do it. You want to be there, but nothing connects. There's no click. So you end up reading the same line again and again, just doesn't land. You try to do something and your thoughts are slow and heavy and almost stuck. And after a while, you just give up and do something easier because it's impossible to get your brain to work. So I don't know if you saw the movie Limitless, but there's a scene that shows this perfectly. So Eddie is sitting there. He's trying to work. He's trying to write. He's doing everything he can to focus, and you can see how hard he's trying. You know he really wants to do it. He's not lazy. He's not procrastinating, right? He's bouncing a basketball, he's doing random things, coming back to his laptop again and again, but you can see that his brain just will not click. Eventually he gives up. That feeling right there is brain fog, right? Where you're just not able. And if you felt it, then you already know this isn't about discipline. It's not about laziness. It's not about not wanting to do it or not being willing. So the real question is, if it's not laziness, what's going on? Brain fog is one of those things that people misunderstand completely. Because if you're outside of it, it just looks like you're not trying hard enough. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. But from the inside, it feels completely different. It feels like your brain just doesn't have access to the energy it needs to function. So I remember working with someone, we'll call her Adrian. That's not her name, but for privacy, we'll call her Adrian, who described it in a way that I have never forgotten. She said it felt like trying to light a gas stove over and over again. You keep clicking, the gas is there, you're doing everything right, but there's no spark. That is what her brain felt like. Now, Adrian had been diagnosed as an adult with ADD, and for a long time, her medication was helping. She was managing, she could focus, she could work, things were stable. But then something changed. She started experiencing something different, something that wasn't ADD or the symptoms that she normally had. With ADD, it was brain fog. It didn't matter how hard she tried, how much effort she put in, her medication, none of those things mattered. Her brain would not cooperate, no matter how bad she wanted to focus. So we started looking deeper. And because ADD is often a signal that there's something going on underneath when it comes to methylation or the way your brain processes energy. So ADD can actually be a sign that there's a little more going on there. We ran testing. That is exactly what showed up. Her methylation was not working the way it should because she had a genetic deficit that basically causes that. So we started supporting her methylation. We took folic acid completely out of her diet, out of her life, out of her supplements, out of her prescriptions, switched her to folinic acid because that worked better for her. We added choline, and then slowly things started improving. But what was interesting was her brain fog didn't just disappear completely, right? It wasn't like poof, it's gone. It changed. It became something that would come and go. And so she'd see these like episodes of brain fog, and then the rest of the time her brain would be normal. So we asked a different question. What triggers it when it starts? And that's when something unexpected showed up. Every time she walked into, say, the cleaning aisle at the grocery store, where all the chemicals are, she would feel it instantly, like this just cloud of fog. She worked in a hotel with a spa, and they had a system that pushed fragrances through the HVAC, right? Through the air conditioning. Every time that scent released, her brain would just shut down. So she couldn't leave her job, so we had to work with her body instead. We focused on detox, getting rid of some of those chemicals, because with certain genetic patterns, especially MTHFR, the body doesn't clear chemicals appropriately or efficiently, and that makes you more sensitive to things like artificial fragrances. Once we supported her detox and got that system online, then her body could handle exposures better. Everything changed. Brain fog? Gone. Thing of the past. Not because she forced herself to focus harder or tried to push through it or, changed her habits or any of that. No. We fixed the medical problem underneath. So her brain finally had what it needed to function properly. And that's the key. That's the key idea here. You can't talk your way out of brain fog. You can't motivate your way through it because it's not a mindset issue. It's a physical one. So if it's not laziness, it's not a lack of effort, then what actually causes this? The truth is, it doesn't just come from one thing. Brain fog isn't a one-cause problem, but there are a couple of really common patterns that show up again and again. One of the biggest is something called methylation. This is happening in your body constantly. I mean, millions of times every second, your cells are methylating something. So it affects everything. Your energy, your brain chemistry, your mood, your ability to detox, your hormone balance, everything. So if methylation slows down, even just a tiny bit, then your brain starts to feel it. And it's one of the places you feel it first. Things become slower. Thinking, yeah, more difficult. Memory, a lot weaker. Focus, harder. And everything just feels like more effort than it should, right? And that's your warning sign. That's your warning sign that something is wrong. So one of the most common reasons for this is the MTHFR gene mutation. It's one of the most common causes of methylation imbalance. And what surprises people is just how common this problem is. Almost half of the population of the US has some variation of the MTHFR gene mutation. That's massive. This isn't rare at all, right? This is normal. This is common. The second big factor is toxicity, right? That really matters for your brain. And it's something we are all dealing with right now, whether we know it or not, right? Air pollution, plastics, chemicals in your food, pesticides, herbicides, fragrances, cleaning products, it's all around you. And if your body can't clear those toxins effectively, they start to build up. Your brain is one of the first places that feels that pressure, that feels the buildup. So I remember a friend of mine, we'll call him Sam, who went through something very similar to this. He is one of the most driven people I have ever met, right? He doesn't avoid work. He doesn't lack motivation. He has like 7 businesses. He's crazy pants. But he hit a point where his focus completely collapsed, right? It wasn't like him at all. His energy dropped. He started getting headaches, and no matter how hard he tried, he could not get his brain to work properly. He described it like trying to dig himself out of a hole, right? But the more he dug, the more the sand piled into the hole and filled in. He knew something wasn't right, and it didn't feel like laziness. This wasn't him. So one night, he was up in the middle of the night, saw something about carbon monoxide exposure, and something just clicked in him. The next day, he bought a detector for his house. Turned out high levels of carbon monoxide, right? He wasn't unmotivated. He was being exposed to something that was affecting his brain. There was a toxin issue. Once that was fixed, everything came back. Energy, focus, clarity, and that's the thing that people miss. Sometimes the problem isn't effort. It's what your body's dealing with underneath. Now, at the same time, you can't fix everything immediately, right? This is not instant. Sometimes you just need your brain to work right now. Forget fixing the underlying problem. You need it now. There are a few simple things you can do to help you get through those moments. Even small movements like light bouncing or jumping for 30 seconds can help get more oxygen to your brain and more oxygenated blood flow. Gentle neck movements can really improve circulation, especially around here because we all stare at computer screens all day, right? It's not good for circulation. It helps your brain feel more online if you just do a few gentle like neck circles, something like that. Slow breathing, especially with a longer exhale, can calm your sympathetic nervous system. So try breathing in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 8, and do that 4 or 5 times. It helps to reset that stress response so you're back in your body, you can focus, you can get in the moment. Even something as simple as standing tall for a moment can shift how your body feels. Standing tall, like I'm talking superhero pose, like la, right? Superhero, because it actually changes your cortisol and testosterone levels, right? There was great research done about this, that, just standing like that can decrease your stress hormone and increase testosterone, which gives you confidence, male or female, gives you confidence. Honestly, something as basic as drinking water can make a noticeable difference. But these things are not going to fix the root problem, but they can help you get unstuck in that moment. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. So if you've been sitting there thinking, why can't I just focus? Why does this feel so hard? Take a step back. It might not be you. It might not be a discipline problem. It might be your brain asking for support. And once you start looking at it that way, things start to make a lot more sense. If this made you see brain fog differently, then the next video is going to help you even more, because in that video, I break down exactly what's happening underneath in your brain when it feels slow or foggy or disconnected, and how to actually start fixing it properly. Watch that next video now. If this helped you, subscribe, because I'll keep breaking down things like this in a way that actually makes sense. If you have questions, leave them for me.